Hello, welcome to Illuminating Crossroads. This video is all about what the energy is like for this upcoming week of September 4th to September 10th. So I already picked some cards and we're just going to make it really simple. So we're just going to go over the energy for the beginning of the week, the middle of the week, the end of the week, and the overall energy, and then just highlight a couple of key things that are happening this week for the planetary bodies. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive in. So, opening the week on Monday, we will have had Venus that stationed retrograde the day before, and Venus will still be in the post shadow period, so working its way back to forward motion to where it originally stationed retrograde. So it will be very nice. I'm excited to see how things will move forward now that hopefully we have reassessed our relationships and figured out what really speaks to our heart, what we really truly desire, what we're passionate about, and what it was kind of like with having this part of ourself go through this transformation to disconnect, to detach, and to see what is it that one is really wanting within relationships, and hopefully a deeper awareness with maybe certain frictions or challenges that may have been experienced to show the lesson of what our hearts are truly desiring. And then another key thing that will be taking place is Jupiter is going to be stationing retrograde on the 4th or potentially the third or the fourth. I just did it based on my time zone, but anyways, so Jupiter will be stationing retrograde, so just something to take note of. I do like to just notate that when planets are going retrograde, they do have their own medicine, but it doesn't mean that we stop those parts of our life or anything like that. It's important to continue, but with more intention and being more mindful to see what is it that needs to be reassessed, what challenges have come up, and really honoring where you're at within the cycle of that planetary body within your life and in correspondence to your own chart. If you're able to look at that, it's really supportive. All right, so those are the two main things for the week. And I do just want to notate we do still have a good chunk of planets in retrograde still, but that is a-okay. So Mercury is still retrograde, Saturn's still retrograde, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. And then if you care to know, Chiron is also still retrograde as well. And when I was just sitting, I wrote the note of this week kind of highlighting more, which I feel like it should have been already coming to our awareness of if we're moving forward, but looking back and what are the things that have been holding us back. So has it been a lack of discipline? Have we been resistant to change? Have we lacked clarity on defining what freedom is to us, or what our bigger picture goal looks like, or the things that we want to create and birth? Has perfectionism been holding us back to where we just haven't taken action because we just want everything to be perfect and we have to have all the little details figured out? And just knowing like what details are important to know and what things do we have space to let unfold as they will within our life. And then also, another big thing is if you've been experiencing a lack of self worth as well, or just being your own roadblock, how can you bring a little bit more awareness into how you've been standing in front of yourself and blocking your own light, and how can you kind of bring it forth a bit more within your relationships with others, and or in different parts in your home life, in business, or whatever it may be at work, and just kind of assessing that, if you will. And then, of course, as always, just remember as we're going through this to take the things that resonate with you and toss the rest to the side. So I picked some tarot cards, and then I did oracle cards. So we're going to start with the energy for the beginning of the week. So these are just intuitive messages. And I utilized the Spirit Song Tarot deck, and then for the oracle cards, um, it's the Heavenly Bodies Astrology Oracle deck. So we'll use both of these. So the card that came out for the beginning of the week is the Eight of Acorns. So it's energy and results, and it was in reverse. And the acorns are the wands in this oracle deck, or this in this tarot deck, but it can be used as an oracle deck too. So yeah. But anyways, so this is the card, just so you can see the image of it. And it was in reverse. And then we also had Saturn that came out in reverse, but I'll just hold it upright. And it says, feel restricted, experience struggle, learn hard work and patience. So I think that for the beginning of the week, these two cards are pretty fitting with some of the stuff that was just said, but also just fitting in regards to kind of where we're at collectively, and also remembering, though, depending on your own cycles and seasons might be a little different, but the moon is going to be in Taurus at the beginning of the week, and Taurus is pretty slow in the body, and likes to kind of take the time to do things. And Saturn is also really slow, and I feel like with Jupiter stationing retrograde as well, the planet that is expansion, that is growth, that wants to like venture and to really like share, or to just take up more space with groups. There is this essence of like honoring where have we progressed so far within our life, and if we're feeling stuck or blocked within a certain area, this is a great time to kind of reflect and pinpoint like what got us there, and have there been any similarities to what we're presently feeling to past moments, so then we can allow ourselves to see like what is this common factor of these struggles that we may be experiencing. And then just also remembering that right now, especially because like with Mercury, it's been really highlighting the earth signs within our life, and it can take some time depending on what our goals are for them to come to be. And of course, sometimes we have things that can happen really quickly, but sometimes when we're working on like a larger like project or thing, they generally it takes time, and I think that like just due to our society sometimes we forget the time and the effort that is required to allow things to build and to grow. And there is a like divine unfoldment, divine timing. So seeing if you're feeling like you haven't really been seeing results, or if you're just feeling like, I guess, heavy at the beginning of the week, allow yourself some space and just to honor how you're feeling and to see how can you reassess and how can you get like the fire, that passion, since we're talking about wands and what it is that you're desiring, how can you like reconnect with it and how can you get remotivated and set up a like success route to being disciplined and being dedicated to what it is that you want to call more into your life. And also just thinking of like if you need to do any tending to your body, honoring that, or if you need to go out in nature, go for a walk, like what is it that you're needing to revitalize yourself at the beginning of the week. The next card that we got for the middle of the week is the Knight of Acorns, so the Knight of Wands, and it says action and drive. And then the two astrology cards that we got are Leo, self-confidence, loyalty, creativity, and then the North Node, destined to have. So I do feel like these for the middle of the week, it can be referring to like how Venus is stationing direct again, because we might hopefully have figured out like solutions in the area that Venus was speaking to within our chart. So hopefully we found some resolutions and we kind of have a little bit more clarity on where it is that we're headed towards and what needs to be done. Or maybe we know who we need to go to ask for support from so we can be able to take said action and move forward in whatever way, what have you. And I do want to just look at the chart really quick. So let me pull that up. So the North Node is in Aries, and I just want to see if it's making any aspects to, yeah. So so the North Node is doing a sign-based trine to Leo, so Aries and Leo, sign-based trine. So they are kind of communicating. So I think that's really nice, just thinking of this fire energy, hopefully like within the Venus retrograde, this container of knowing how to hold one's creative energy, right? So if we think about the beginning of the week and thinking of Saturn and Saturn being structure and the energy that's needed to one put in the structure, but what goes inside that structure. So hopefully you have a little bit more clarity on your goals, what it is that you want to do, and how can you be confident, and also honor yourself in staying committed to what it is that you say that you're going to do. And then for the end of the week, we have the Seven of Crystals. So it says options and results. I know it's kind of taken a second to focus. And then we have Sagittarius, optimism, exploration, and freedom. So for the end of the week, hopefully, as as one moves through the energy, there'll be maybe a little bit of tension beginning of the week, seeing, okay, this is where I need to take action, this is what I need to do, and then hopefully there'll be some type of like little nugget that will come through to kind of support on the direction, because there's forward movement, So hopefully, and just looking at the cards, like the eel is facing backwards in the way that I'm looking at it, but the Knight of Acorns is forward, and then the Seven of crystals, the animal on here, is also facing forward. So if you are like really being stuck on your past or things that have happened before, really seeing how can you practice being present with what you have and finding more acceptance on what has happened and just having forward motion. And even if you're just taking little baby steps, seeing how you can continue to make choices that are bringing results to you, and also being open and receptive to the options that are available, and knowing it's not just like A and B. If you like allow yourself to be a bit more open, maybe you'll see that there's like C, D, E, and so on and so forth. And then for the overall energy for the week, we have the sun. And this one did come out in reverse. And then we have fire. So it says confidence, optimism, passion, and bravery. And I know it's taking a second to focus, but hopefully you can at least kind of see the image. So with this, only because the sun came out in reverse, I would just make sure that as you are tending to your energy, taking action, and having forward motion, really making sure that the things that you're taking action towards are adding to your own sense of vitality, so are adding to your cup, and are also bringing you joy. So not just working towards goals that don't have a why, I guess. Yeah, so if there's a why that's kind of lacking in for where you're trying to go or what you're trying to do, maybe getting clear on that at the beginning of the week, so then you can be in more joy and excitement as you continue to move throughout the week. And also just allowing yourself to connect with fire if you want as an elemental. Fire is great when we understand how to work with it and honor it and nurture it, like a sacred flame, or just thinking of a celestial fire. So allowing yourself to see, like, how can you stand in your own self-worth? How can you be more optimistic into where it is that you're trying to go, what you're trying to achieve? And also, how can you like tap into this like warrior essence of self, to be brave, to shine your light, to take up space, and to allow yourself to not block your own light as you are moving about your week. So with that said, have a beautiful day. Bye.